had scored in its previous match, but the Turks promised to put that right when Unal burst into the area only to fire over. Poland's recent form has been nothing to shout home about either, but they contrived an opening from a free kick. Dovcek's ball over the Turkish defence, eventually opening the way for a shot by Fertok, well saved by Engin. Former Denmark manager Sepp Piontek is trying to instill a more professional approach, but Turkey were caught out at a free kick. Roman Kozetsky fired in the decisive shot, Engin made a hash of it, and Celtic's Dariusz Jakinovski followed up to claim the goal. Kozetsky, looking for his 10th international goal, took much of the credit. Indeed, the ball seemed destined to cross the line anyway before Jakinovski followed up to make sure. Poland picked up their first points. Turkey still haven't scored in losing both their matches.
So this is how Group 7 looks after all four countries have played 2 matches each. Ireland top on goal difference after their 5 goals, of course, against Turkey. Equal points with England. The next date, incidentally, for England and the Republic, March the 27th, 1991, when they meet each other again, this time at Wembley. Right, now to the rest of the night's news from Tony Francis.
Yes, Ali McCoist's debatable goal wins a point for Scotland, and Wales are unstoppable. Details of those games and the rest of the night's European action in a moment. But the main story tonight, as you may have heard in the commentary there, Coventry City have sacked John Sillett and appointed Terry Butcher player-manager. Sillett, who masterminded Coventry's FA Cup success 3 years ago, had indicated he wouldn't be renewing his contract at the end of the season. Butcher was transfer listed by Glasgow Rangers at his own request, but seemed destined for Leeds until Coventry stepped in. He was tight-lipped as he jetted into Birmingham Airport this afternoon.
I'm here to talk to some clubs anyway, so...
Is it likely you're going to become manager of Coventry City, Terry?
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
When are we expecting an announcement, Terry?
I'm not too sure at the moment. We'll have to wait and see on that as well, I'm afraid. There's nothing else I can say, gentlemen, OK?
Not giving a lot away. Well, back to the European Championship. Scotland, with all their club sides eliminated from competition, have gone top of their group after a controversial draw in Sofia tonight. Ali McCoist scored in 9 minutes, with the referee ignoring a linesman's offside flag. Bulgaria equalised 80 minutes from the end. And elsewhere in Group 2, San Marino were beaten 4-0 by Switzerland in front of a crowd of 931. I think I know them all. That leaves Scotland on top, a point ahead of the Swiss. Only one team qualifies from each group, remember. Well, Ian Rush's goal in 15 minutes kept up the momentum for Wales, who followed their excellent victory over Belgium with a 1-0 win in Luxembourg, despite the sending off of Clayton Blackmore. So Terry Yorath's team are 100% so far in Group 5. The next big one is in Brussels on March the 27th, and then it's home to Germany in June. Group 1's developing into a momentous struggle. Spain, the '84 finalists, had a rough trip to Prague, where Europe's leading goal scorer Danek had Czechoslovakia in front early on. He's netted 18 this season for FC Tyrol in Austria. Now Spain, who've already beaten Iceland in this group, were level on the half-hour. Roberto's shot deflecting off Kadlec, and Roberto's Valencia teammate Kike set up the next for the Spaniards. Carlos putting them ahead early in the second half. 69 minutes gone when the prolific Danek popped up again, with the Czech equaliser just squeezing past Subizarreta in goal. And Spain would have settled for that, but lost to Moravcik's late winner. Hasek's cross, Skuravi now with Genoa in there with the header. And Moravcik eventually delighting the 35,000 spectators, not least his manager, Milan Makala, who took over when Venglos went to Aston Villa. So 3-2 to the Czechs, most of whose players have sought their fortunes abroad. They're second in the table. France, who've played 1 game fewer, atop, the only nation in that group with maximum points. One result from Group 3, Cyprus 0, Norway 3. No one dominating here yet, certainly not Cyprus. Italy could have a problem. Yugoslavia, who won in Belfast a couple of months ago, took their travelling circus to Copenhagen. It was goalless until 30 minutes from time, when Badzdarevic celebrated his recent return from a year's ban with this goal. The Danes, trying to rebuild in front of 40,000 fans, finally sunk by Robert Jarni, who scored his first international goal in the 84th minute. 2-0 to Yugoslavia. Whatever happened to that magical Danish side of 5 years ago? Sad, isn't it? So Yugoslavia, unlucky to lose on penalties to Argentina in the World Cup, remember, looking very useful indeed. Northern Ireland did well to draw in Austria, but seemed to have little chance of catching the Yugoslavs. But then again, football is a funny old game.